All right, there we are. Welcome. And for you new here, people, just so you know, we're just live streaming the meditation portion. Um, and if we go into discussion or Q&A, if anyone feels uncomfortable about this being live on YouTube, and it will go up on my YouTube channel, then just let me know in the chat and we can wait for your question or comment or whatever closer to the end, and I will shut down the YouTube before that. Okay. So anyway, welcome. I was just saying it's October, and yeah, things are shifting. Things are shifting always, right? All right, so let's sit together for a while. And if anybody is new here, just to know that we're going to do a lightly guided meditation. I am trying to help all of us, including myself, practice returning ourselves to the focus of the breath or the body during the meditation, which is a more traditional kind of a Zen meditation. So many of us, or Vipassana meditation, actually. So many of us, I know I do sometimes rely on a little guided meditation on the Plum Village app or Insight Timer or whatever. But this is good practice because really the reason I wanted to offer this meditation for free and once a week was to help all of us strengthen the muscle of recovery. And so that's recovery back to noticing the breath or recovering back to noticing the body. And why that is an important practice is because it helps us, in neuroscience terms, regulate our emotions, regulate our nervous system, our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. So the more we can learn to, you know, maybe start by focusing on the breath, and then we go off and we're, as I always like to say, at Disneyland suddenly, and then we go, well, what am I doing at Disneyland? I thought I was focusing on my breathing, coming back to the breath. That act of coming back is a recovery moment. And it is a moment to chance to be conscious of our breathing or our body or something we may be looking at around us, something that we are being mindful of. That is the definition of mindfulness. And as I've mentioned the weeks before that we've been doing this, a lot of people do not like to do meditation or feel like they can't, or they've tried it once or twice, is because their mind wanders. And so I'm just reminding all of us here that your mind will wander. That is the mind's job, and it is perfectly okay. Now, of course, if you were to practice this daily once or twice a day and to do 20, 30 minutes of this kind of meditation, you will see that your mind will learn to wander less. Of course, on days where there's a lot going on or you're activated emotionally, um, it is harder to settle the mind down. But just like any other muscle we practice with, whether we're at the physical gym working those muscles or here working the muscle, it will improve, but it'll in my
Kelly, you're cutting
sustain
out pretty bad.
many, 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 many minutes of. Oh, am I? Oh, okay, hold on. Thank you. Let me change my Wi-Fi here. I'll be right back. I should maybe start recording these on well, then they can't be live, I don't think. I have Riverside software where it just records no matter what the Wi-Fi is. It protects the Wi-Fi. So sorry for my Wi-Fi has been just so wacky lately. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I was saying that it's so important to exercise this muscle of returning back to the breath. And it really will help you if you can do this a couple of times a week, but certainly even once a day, you will strengthen that muscle of being able to recover back to center and to help your nervous system recover. So I will ring the bell and we will walk through it a little bit. I will briefly walk you through the beginning of it, but then I will be pretty quiet during this. And I will come back a few times to just remind you that it's okay to come back to the breath. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make it work for the bell. Thank you, Brett, for letting me know that I'm cutting out. Oh, the vicissitudes of the internet. Okay. So I encourage you to be sitting with your spine straight up. You can be laying down, of course, but generally it's better to be sitting up and kind of in an alert, semi-alert state. And I will start the meditation with one ring of the bell, and we will end it with one ring of the bell also. And so just beginning by landing in the space, letting yourself be aware of bringing your focus to yourself, while at the same time being very aware that you are sitting in a space. There may be some noise, some breeze, allowing that to be present while giving your attention permission to focus on the body here. Maybe feeling the weight of your body in your chair, on your cushion. Maybe you hear my wind chimes. Just letting that be part of the space. Spend a few moments focusing on your feet, the grounding of your feet on earth, or if you're sitting on a cushion, your sit bones. Acknowledging this body that is sitting here. Bringing your focus now to your breath and using the simple words in and out just to mark the breathing. Gives your mind something to do. And when your mind wanders, remember to gently, lovingly bring your attention back to the breath. And talking to yourself in that moment as you were talking, as if you were talking to a young toddler or a puppy. Kindness and love and compassion and understanding. And let your mind just settle in, sitting on your breath, as if that puppy or toddler has made its way to your lap and is settling in, and their breath and their nervous system is aligning with yours. If you need another mini mantra, you can say the word calm on the in-breath and ease on the out-breath. Calm, ease. Gently bringing yourself back to the breath. Inviting resting, empty mind to sit on the lap of breath. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. No one to be. Gently inviting your attention back to the breath, to this body here. Watching thoughts, feelings, sensations as they come and go, as they will. Letting this resting, empty mind sit on the lap of the breath. Noticing the body, energy might be stirring, thoughts might be connecting to the energy stirring. Just letting yourself sit and watch it. Watch it like you watch a river going by. Few more minutes of sitting. Give yourself permission to stay present with the breath, watching the mind or the body. Maybe get a little twitchy, uncomfortable. Just bring that big-hearted, loving kindness to it. Let it all sit on your lap, the lap of your breath. These last few minutes of sitting together, let's allow the benefits of this meditation that we've done here individually and collectively, whatever benefits those may be, seen and unseen by this particular mind. Let's send out these benefits to the world. Let's first send it out to the earth. May our practice be beneficial for all living things, all ecosystems, every inch of this earth and its atmosphere, all the flora and fauna. May our practice benefit all those humans who are in some way suffering today due to circumstances or inner struggles. May our practice benefit them and bring them ease and some understanding and compassion. And to all future beings, all the things that we surround ourselves with, buildings, objects, all the man-made things that we've created here on Earth, human-made things. May all these objects and all future beings benefit from our practice today. And then turning inward and allowing this practice to benefit all that stirs within us unconsciously, consciously, all the ways we've been shaped by life, either physically or emotionally or mentally, all the ways and things that we are carrying in our lives personally and collectively for the collective. May this practice benefit ourselves so that we can live out the values that we trust and want to live into, so that we can be of service to all and to whatever we feel called to be of service to. At the sound of this bell, I send out my heart to all beings and things that need to connect with it. I have a reading to share from this book by David Whyte called Consolations. I just opened it randomly today and I read it and was like, oh, this is exactly what I need to hear. I hope it is what you need to hear also. It's the chapter. Like I said, I think there's 52 words that he has redefined. They're like two or three pages. Hiding. Hiding is a way of staying alive. Hiding is a way of holding ourselves until we are ready to come into the light. Hiding is one of the brilliant and virtuoso practices of almost every part of the natural world. The protective quiet of an icy northern landscape, the held bud of a future summer rose, the snowbound internal pulse of the hibernating bear. Hiding is underestimated. We are hidden by life in our mother's womb until we grow and ready ourselves for our first appearance in the lighted world. To appear too early in that world is to find ourselves with the immediate necessity for outside intensive care. Hiding done properly is the internal faithful promise for a proper future emergence as embryos, as children, or even as emerging adults in retreat from the names that have caught us and imprisoned us, often in ways where we have been too easily seen and too easily named. We live in a time of the dissected soul, the immediate disclosure. Our thoughts, imaginings, and longings exposed to the light too much, too early, and too often. Our best qualities squeezed too soon into a world already awash with ideas that oppress our sense of self and our sense of others. What is real is almost always to begin with hidden and does not want to be understood by the part of our mind that mistakenly thinks it knows what is happening. What is precious inside us does not care to be known by the mind in ways that diminish its presence. Hiding is an act of freedom from the misunderstanding of others, especially in the enclosing world of oppressive secret government and private entities attempting to name us, to anticipate us, to leave us with no place to hide and grow in ways unmanaged by a creeping necessity for absolute naming, absolute tracking, and absolute control. Hiding is a bid for independence from others, from mistaken ideas we have about ourselves, from an oppressive and mistaken wish to keep us completely safe, completely ministered to, and therefore completely managed. Hiding is creative, necessary, and beautifully subversive of outside interference and control. Hiding leaves life to itself, to become more of itself. Hiding is the radical independence necessary for our emergence into the light of a proper human future. Well, that is all I have for you today, unless any of you have a question or a comment. I'm going to quickly look on my YouTube channel here to see if anybody is arrived here and has a question and or a comment. And I know the YouTube is behind by about, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. So let me just go to my little live spot here and turn down the volume. And I do not see in the live chat anything here right now. Nope, good. Oh, someone said nice. Thank you, Adam Ski. Appreciate that. It's only you. It's nice to have you, Adam. Welcome to our feed here. You're a few minutes behind or a few seconds behind our Zoom call here. And I will make sure that I put into the YouTube space a link for people to join us free here in Zoom on the Zoom room also. But is there anyone here in the Zoom room that would like to say something or have any reflection? Yes, Gina.
I was just going to say this is exactly what I needed today. There's some family drama going on, and I just really needed the opportunity to pull away and take care of myself and
Mm.
um, shore myself up for what's to come. So,
Yes, good, beautiful. Your instincts were right on here to get here and pull yourself away. And yeah, boy, we really it was nice too. I found a really place of some real serenity and equanimity in this space today, and reminded me that this is as real as the noise, whatever noise there is, whether it's family chaos, drama, or certainly the larger family drama that's going on in the world. Yeah, so I'm glad you found some grounding, Gina, so that you can re-enter the fray and keep returning. That we can remind ourselves to return to this breath anytime we need to. Also, we do the positive intelligence little, we call them mini mindfulness moments where you can do a sensation of touch with your fingertips. And you can do that inside of a meeting or standing there having a conversation with someone, and it can just, and if you do it for a few seconds, you just saw me take a breath in, the body automatically, the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in and calms the fight or flight. So yeah, so I'm so glad you were here today, Gina. Always nice to have you in the space. If there's no one other questions or comments, then we'll probably just end early today, as we do. Oh, good, Adam. I'm glad you found me via Blue Sky. Nice. That's lovely. All of the ways in which we're not hiding from the world. I'm so glad that when we're not hiding, that there is that we're connecting in a meaningful way. So that's lovely. Absolutely lovely. All right, you all have a beautiful day. We'll see you next week. And just so you know, if you want to mark it in your calendars, the week of the 16th, Thursday the 16th, I will not be doing this live. I will be out of town leading a retreat. So you can mark that on your calendars for those of you who are regulars here. And I will also make sure we send that out on our mailing list. And just so you know, if you do want to join my mailing list to get reminders about not only this event, but also just to connect with me, I send out something called Monday Musings. We started doing those again, little inspiration Monday morning. We also have a little calendar in the PS area to let you know what's happening this month in my wider community, which is called Humans on the Verge, where we offer all sorts of really amazing ways to connect to your creativity, connect to your inner self, to connect to community who are also doing some writing, creating, and some self work, some self-development work. So if you're not on my mailing list, feel free to go to my website, humansontheverge.com, and there'll be a little pop-up, or if you scroll down, I think there's actually a little area where it says join my mailing list, and you can read a little bit about what we do there, with the creative writers and with the people who are working on getting to know themselves more and moving aspects of things out of the way so that they can move with more ease and joy into their fullest being there. And we have quarterly events and seasonal events and weekend retreats, virtual. We have all sorts of ways, everything from $20 a month all the way up to the big high ticket items, which is the year-long program. And the highest ticket program is the year-long program and getting coached individually by me. But I do a lot of group calls on the other things too. So just wanted to let all of you know that in any way you want to connect with our community and if you want some support, because we have lots of different ways of supporting you and a great community of people who are smart and funny and um, not no one's a drama queen or anything like that. People really are great partners in the journey together. So we've been fostering this community for about 7 years, so it's pretty great. And for those of you who are fasting and are in the middle of your high holidays this week, may that go well, and may you be connected deeply to your practice. And I'll see you all next week. Okay. Good to see you. Bye, Kier. Bye, Brett. Bye, Gina.